Hello, it's Jimmy here at O'Reilly's. Got to look at an Nissan NV200. Alright, if we look on the dashboard, it's not here at the minute, but he says it comes and goes. Red engine management light, and the skid light comes on somewhere else as well. Using my launch Eurotab 3 scan tool, I'm going to run diagnostic scan here. Okay, we have code here P0471-95, pressure upstream of the turbine. So yeah, common problem I've seen on loads of these different vehicles, but not this van itself. Engine management. Let's look for the pressure upstream of the turbo. Alright, looking through the live data, I can't seem to find the upstream pressure sensor. That's the NOx trap. Right, so we just have to go ahead and test it manually. Okay, so if we're looking at the engine here, the sensor that we're going to be looking at is this one, and you've got a little bit of a rubber tube here. Then after that we've got a metal pipe just down there, if you can see, that runs back down to the exhaust just past the turbo. So this pipe is going to be blocked, so what we're going to need to do is remove the sensor from here. So it's pretty much the same as what it is on the Vivaros. It's another Renault engine. So first we're just going to remove that clip, unplug the plug, and just tuck that to the side somewhere. So just to make it easier on me to get in here, I'm just going to remove a couple of these brackets. Got one here with a 10mm bolt on it. Now just down the back here we've got another bolt, an 8mm bolt this one is. And get rid of this one. Okay, now that bolt's out, we can remove this bracket out of the way now. Just need to remove it from the sensor. This might be a little bit tight, but there you go. Now we've got this sensor here, take that out. Now if we insert it onto that tube, our pressure gauge here, we're going to squeeze the trigger. You see it's block solid. We've got over 30 psi of pressure there, and it's not moving. So I'm going to use a drill here with a cable attached to it. I'm just going to try and get that down in there and drill my way through the carbon. What happens is when the DPF starts getting blocked, or probably without the DPF even getting blocked, the soot starts to travel up this little tiny tube down here, which is smaller than a straw, and of course it doesn't take much to block it up. Okay, so I've got the tube from my vacuum tester, just filling it with some brake cleaner to get down in there. Now what I've done is pumped that up to 30 psi. Well, it's blown off, but what I wanted to do was let that sit there for a few minutes just to try and break through the carbon. Okay, so I've been drilling for a few minutes and I've reached the end of my cable, so I think I've made it all the way through. Come out. That's about a foot of cable. Okay, so that seems to have done the trick a little bit, because the pressure is not holding, even though it does raise up a little bit. So what we're going to do now to finish the clean off is basically like a DPF clean. We're going to get the pressurized gun hooked up, 130 psi on the compressor, put the fluid into the gun here. Got that all ready. It is the Launch UK DPF cleaning fluid and the Launch UK gun that goes with it. We're going to get that connected up, and the fluid's going to, now that we've got a little bit of a hole for the fluid to get through, the fluid's going to break down the rest of the soot, clean it out and clean the DPF at the same time. Okay, now I've got my gun here connected to that hose, and we're going to squeeze the trigger. We've got to do this gently because there's going to be a lot of pressure in that pipe. It's a very small diameter pipe, so we just do it gently at first, just to get the fluid flowing through. Then we should be able to just squeeze the trigger fully and push the fluid all the way through. This is going to help clean that pipe right through. Okay, so now I'm going to start the engine up. Now I'm going to run the rest of the fluid through with the engine on, just so we don't put too much fluid in that's going to back up. Now we'll hold this trigger until all the fluid's gone. Now if I disconnect this, I'm just going to let that pipe now clear out. Okay, now if we connect up the gauge, squeeze it, doesn't move, not going up. Just put a little bit more brake cleaner in there just to flush it through. Okay, now we've connected all that back up. Alright, now we need to come back in. Because we've unplugged the pressure sensor, we might have a different code. So you can see there, what we need to do now is just get these codes cleared. Clear fault code, do that. I don't even know if we can read the DPF pressure on this. Can't see anything about DPF on here. Might need to maybe plug a different brand of diagnostic machine in, see if we can see any difference in that. And we'll see if we can figure out which one of these is going to show us the best live data for this vehicle. Okay, I can see the differential pressure over here. This is 37. Soot in the particle filter 13.76. Right here. Still can't find the turbo upstream pressure. Okay, so I found the upstream pressure here. Just different wording for it. There's a bit of a delay in this diagnostic machine. A little bit of a delay on everything. As you can see, when you accelerate stuff up, it takes a few seconds for the diagnostic machine to catch up. This is the snap-on Verus Edge. So just confirm that there's no codes, and that should be all done. Okay, so that's it, all done on the Nissan NV200, and see you on the next video.